Hey everyone, welcome back. It's good to see everybody, and also want to thank the folks at the 3POA Podcasting for sharing the link to my channel and increasing. So now I'm over 70 subscribers, which is really neat. Going along with that, again, thank you. So today, what I want to do is I'll look through my collection, and I've had a lot of stuff over the years. That you know, and I've lost a lot of stuff over the years. As you go through just life in general, you'll sell off collections, give away collections, or you'll lose them completely through disasters or just just the complexities of life. So I was thinking about what is the oldest part of my collection that I have. What's the oldest toy in my collection of things? Now I used to have there's one toy that was definitely the oldest that I had since I was I think 5 years old, and then I kind of lost track of that over the years. And so I do have one item from my childhood that is definitely the oldest item in my collection, and I'm going to share that with you here in just a minute. What that is. Most people might not think of this as a toy, but it is a toy. It was marketed to children to use. But of course, because this is also the time of year, it's a Christmas story. Because as all good toy stories should start, it should start around a time of gift giving. A lot of this year before it, and I want to do another video talking about getting started in actual collecting. When you're a kid, before you don't really have a collecting plan, because you just get gifts as people give kids toys what you like, and that's going to change as you get. But then at some point you hit a point where you decide that this toy or this item is going to be something I collect purposefully. So this is way before that time. It starts with Christmas of 1980, 44 years ago. I was 8 years old, and I was doing the traditional, the big thing was Star Wars. That was what I actually collected, was Star Wars, because you just had the movie and there in 77 there, and we were just coming up to Empire Strikes Back, and so that was kind of the focus of my Christmas. I got that. So and all those figures, actually, those of my original Star Wars figures are long gone. Don't have any of those left to hang on to. But this Christmas of 1980, I was given a gift. My dad got me a gift, and it's a gift I still have till this very, very day. It's not in the best shape it is from originally, but so again, it's a typical Christmas morning. We're clearing things out of stuff, and then this was my dad comes out with this gift. He had this gift for me. It wasn't wrapped. It was actually a Daisy Model 95 BB rifle. This is not a picture of it, but this is one that I found online, because it's the exact same box, the exact same model. This was made up until this particular model. This design was made up until about 1979, so it would still be on the shelves. Excuse me, in 1980. Beautiful gun, lever action, wood stock, plastic foregrip on it though. It was it was a beautiful gun. So for an 8-year-old, this is like a big deal. This is not a. It's I said it's it's built more marketed to children, but this thing was definitely this was a big boy toy. Definitely was. And I still have it right here. I want to show you something. It's not again in the best shape ever. And hopefully I'm not going to show the whole thing at one time because of YouTube, but I still have it. I've been able to keep on to this, and that mainly because my parents kept it. My dad did even when I moved out. But it's spent 44 years, going from indoor in houses, garage, out in the garages, then into attics and all sorts of things here in Florida, which is humidity. So, and it was a well used gift. This is how my dad taught me to shoot. We would go out into the yard and blink at soda cans, beer cans, and then he eventually got me to the gallon of milk. You take the top of the gallon of milk, the plastic top. We would set those up and go back 20 paces or so, and I learned how to shoot those milk caps. Just really deep, which is a skill that wound up becoming very handy when I joined the service. So, and it's a good memory wrapped around this rifle, and just the fun of it. Just the absolute fun of just blinking things. And I never shot at animals with it, my dad was very. This is also, not only did he teach me the fundamentals of shooting, he taught me the fundamentals of safety. You never point at anybody you don't intend. Don't point at anything you don't intend to shoot. Whenever somebody was shooting, he would draw a line on the ground. That would be the firing line, and nobody was allowed to beyond that line while we were shooting. Excuse me, until we had a cold range on there, and it's just there's a lot of fundamentals that was drilled into me that came in handy when I went in the military, because I was a little bit ahead of some folks that never had the opportunity to shoot anything, let alone a full size rifle. And again, ammo was cheap and plenteous. Even still today, it's fairly cheap. So just kind of show you some of the the abuse over the years. This is what it looks like now. At some point, I'm going to, if I can either restore it or if I can find something that can restore it, because it's a lot of cosmetic damage to it, just from as a kid, you're bumping around with it and you're shooting it all the time. So of course the paint doesn't, they manufacture these by the thousands. So they're not using high quality paints, but you get a little chip of paint there, and so of course then a little bit of surface corrosion and rust, which doesn't really affect it that much. So just a cleanup and a repaint. I don't think a complete tear down would be necessary. That'd be the best thing to do to refine, redo it. But you can see right here, it's got the blade sight. It's a fixed sight post and a elevated rear sight. And that's when I learned all that. I've been a big iron sights advocate for years. When the military said, "Well, we use this," is before the military started using optics on their weapons. In boot camp, we use the old iron sights. I learned how to adjust for windage and height and stuff like that. But you see, the plastic, it was made to look like it was wood grain. That's the foregrip there, made to look like wood grain. But it was plastic. Something they were going to in the 70s. Smooth barrel. See where the lever action is. That's where, of course, most of the paint's going to wear off. Because that lever would pump the spring back, pull the spring back, and load a BB in there. So of course, that's going to get the most wear and tear, along with the trigger. There you still see the daisy stamped into it, and on one side the little sticker is still there, which I'm surprised that has lasted that long for a sticker. Usually that comes off, and you can see the top. We've lost a lot of paint on the top, and some corrosion up there. And then the stock was a nice wood grain finished stock. And of course, the only really thing is it's faded a little bit over the years with a few little dings and scrapes, but nothing that I guess a little bit of sandpaper, maybe get some stripper and revarnish it. And it's even got what's left of the rear. And for the life, I cannot remember what that rear sticker says on it. As well, but you still see barely. There's probably some safety details, but that's on there, which I'm surprised that never wore off. Now the times I've had shouldered that rifle, but it's just again, like I said, it's the oldest toy in my collection. I call it a toy because it was marketed and manufactured for kids back during when people weren't so uptight about stuff like that. And I learned, like I said, how to respect weapons by using that that BB gun. And so again, it's probably something I'm going to keep looking at. And actually, the spring is still strong in it. It's still lever action works on it, and it's a very strong spring. It's just the internal seals have worn out, or there's a remainder of rubber. So I had the little hole on there with the that said oil. You keep that oiled up, and then we'd run some oil down the barrel, and a few other places that Dad taught me how to do that. So I learned maintenance on it too. But the seals, of course, after 44 years are not any good anymore. So I can still load it. I can cock the spring, and you shoot it, and the spring the BB just rolls out the front end of it. So I'd have to get the seals replaced. There's plenty of replacement kits online. I just don't know if to actually fully restore it. What I just need. Do I need to do a complete teardown where I remove the stock and the other places, and so I could strip all the paint and then get the paint repainted on there, and then redo that stock, or can I just do it all still put together? I'm kind of hit or miss on doing restorations. I tend to break things while trying that. So that makes me a little scared to do a complete teardown on it, unless maybe I can find somebody that knows how to do a restoration on these, and they can either walk me through it or actually do a restoration without ripping me off on it. But again, Christmas 1980 is a great year to be a kid. I did get Star Wars toys that year, and that was kind of the because I can tell it's kind of a tension between Mom and Dad on the BB gun. So it's kind of like, so we'll load him up with Star Wars. But I'm getting my son, his first BB gun. I want to teach him how to do it. So I get a lot of great memories with me and my dad wrapped up in that rifle. And it's amazing I've been able to hang on to it as long as I had as all the things that I've gotten over the years have disappeared into the mist of time. To have this product still be around in as great shape as it's in. Again, like I said, if I replace the seals in this thing would still be, it would still kick, and that's not having to replace the spring or anything in it, which is a testament to Daisy and how they manufactured these back in the day. I'm kind of tempted to go get a new one, and to run a comparison to see the changes that have been made. But again, that's the oldest in my collection. Maybe you have something that's the oldest toy or collectible in your collection. Share that. I'd like to hear about it. I'd like to see about it. If you have a YouTube channel, connect with me. I'd like to review something like that. These in an age where toys and things are made to break down and to become obsolete and don't last long. It's kind of nice to have something that's good craftsmanship, lasts as long as it has, and it's tied to some very good memories of when I was a boy. So with that, Merry Christmas and good holidays, everybody. I probably won't do anything between now and New Year. Starting into 2025, I'm going to do my first live stream sometime in January. So stay tuned for that. I'll put more details up with that. I've got a special guest scheduled for that. So with that, have a good one, and I will see you later.